What is good, market people? This is Jay Trading. My name is Jay, and the plan today is to share with you guys my trade journaling process, some Notion templates I specifically created for trading, and some trading psychology for all of you trading psychology nerds out there like me. I was thinking about what to do for my second video and to ease my way into the world of creating content for traders, and because I'm passionate about Notion templates as digital products, I thought to myself, why not combine both worlds where I can share my take on journaling and also share why I think it is such a huge requirement for success in the markets. Now, when it comes to learning and mastering how to trade, there's nothing more valuable than actual screen time and chart executions. I mean, no matter how much you try to read up on trading psychology, watch the latest content, or even watch ICT trades, book knowledge is nothing without practical application in the live markets. Theory can only get you so far, right? But the thing is, actual trading is only the first half of the learning process. You're essentially a student during live markets, learning from volatility and price action. And so when the markets are closed, this is when the second part of the learning process begins through journaling. And the thing with us humans is we tend to forget a lot of things more than we'd like to admit. And what's even worse is that our brain intentionally tries to get rid of any bad experiences and memories we've had. And so naturally, losing in the markets triggers that defense mechanism, and it gets rid of any bad behaviors we've had in the markets. And so without proper repository of our market failures, we stand no chance at beating those bad habits and poor market behaviors that leads us to keep doing the same mistakes and cost us a ton of money. This is why I think trade journaling is so beneficial and so important. Sure, it allows us to keep track of our winning trades, make us feel good about our account balance going up, but where I think it truly shines is its ability to remind us of what not to do in the markets. So without further ado, let's jump right into the Notion templates and my trade journaling process. Alright guys, as a preface, I think that there's nothing wrong with the good old pen and paper. Actually I think that's more than enough to dump your trading thoughts and ideas as long as you stay consistent and disciplined in your journaling. Anyways, here is my latest iteration of my trading journal. This is the landing page, which I've divided into 5 sections just so I can stay focused at the task at hand. The way I go about my day is as soon as I get to my studio, I check the homepage, and as you can see, these are all clickable buttons that leads to the respective sections. So if I click home, so now we're at the homepage where I have my market reminders, prop firm reminders, and other important reminders that would otherwise take a long time to complete, thus rendering me out of the market. So quick and easy stuff right here. Now, as we scroll down on the left, I have my account information of the prop firms I'm currently using right now. Obviously, I've deleted my login credentials just for this video, but as you can see, I currently have 5 combines, 1 funded at Top Step, 3 evaluations, and 1 funded at Elite Trader Funding. As I said in my previous video, I plan on doing other prop firm challenges out there, so I've set up to do those in the future. But essentially, this section just provides a quick overview of my prop firm account information. Now, to the right, I have my daily routine calendar where I have set up my morning and afternoon, evening to-do lists to recur on a daily basis. So at midnight, it creates these 2 pages right here. In the morning and prior to trading, I check off the specific things I've completed, and I do the same thing in the afternoon and the evening, as you can see right here. And although it may seem monotonous to check these boxes, I find that it helps me stay disciplined and have a structured trading day. Also, I find that the days that I skip some morning tasks usually correlates to having a less ideal session performance, so just more data that I can log and use for future reference. At the bottom are simple quick links to other pages, very convenient stuff right here, and it just helps with the overall workflow of my journaling process. So after my trading session, I go to the trades page and log my trades data. So similar to many Notion trading journals, I have a calendar view of my daily P&L. This is where the fun begins. As you can see, I did not trade Monday and Tuesday of this week due to the Wednesday FOMC, but I'll show you guys an example right here. But I've yet to import my data from previous Notion template. But anyways, on Friday, I took 2 trades, 1 winner, 1 loser, with a total P&L of $41.44. And because I've set this trading journal to handle multiple prop firms, there's a section to specify which prop firm account I traded on right here. And I've added the section to also indicate how many accounts I've traded on. And as you can see, I traded the ES. Also, I like to include the market environment, such as whether we had a gap down in the overnight session, because there is a potential to fill that. Also, Friday for me was choppy range and medium volatility. So the first trade that I took was actually an ICT trade. Second one was a combination of break and retest and ICT. And I only traded the morning session because after losing my second trade, I was not down to grind back up, especially on a Friday. Fridays are capital and mental preservation days for me, and this automatically calculates my win rate, which is 50%, as you can see right here. Now at the bottom, I have a gala review of my individual trades, and so this was my first trade. And so more trade properties right here, and it automatically calculates my risk to reward ratio. This one was a 1 to 1.67, not bad, but I usually go for a 1 to 2. Scrolling down, we see more information on the trade, as you can see right here, pros and cons. And so now the next trade, I took it long, but unfortunately was a loss of $200, putting me back to $50 without fees and commissions. Although this one was a 1 to 2.5, I took a loss on it, but I was fine with it because, Friday tends to trend up, but it just happened that that wasn't the case for last Friday. As you can see here, the pros and cons for that trade. At the bottom of my trades calendar is the analytics. I like to separate the quantitative and qualitative side of trading because we all know that aside from the monetary performance we have to keep track of, another aspect of trading is really keeping track of market conditions, trade strategies, and our emotions and psychology. So in the quantitative view, I really like looking at my daily win rates. It helps me see if I've been reading the market well lately and if sizing up is an option. As for the qualitative view, I like seeing if I traded the lunch session and whether I'm down, because that usually is the case for me. After finishing logging my trades, I take a quick glance at the data page just to see a visual representation of my statistics and historical data. So as I mentioned earlier, I haven't imported most of my data from previous templates. So with the current data I have right now in this latest iteration of my trading journal, you can see that I had one losing day last week. And with the session profitability, you can see that the lunchtime sessions have been a nightmare of a session. And I typically stay away from lunchtime, but sometimes I see a compelling setup and I still take it despite the lower probabilities. Anyways, moving to my win-loss tracker right here, you can see that I have more winners compared to my losers, but with the break-evens accounted for, my accumulated win rate sits close to 50%, which is more than enough to, stay profitable in this business. So below that is my monthly performance. Very simple stuff, helps me see whether I can size up if I've exceeded my goals, or whether to size down if a certain month was not too kind to me. Again, these percentages are all calculated automatically, so the progress and the monthly win rate right here. Quick intermission here, boys and girls. So during this walkthrough of my Notion template and journaling process, if ever you'd like to use any of them, feel free to check the description box down below, where I have links to the free template and the paid versions as well. The free template contains more or less the same trades calendar, but it is just the bare bones. No dedicated theme and extra features and sections, just good old simple trade journal. As for my second one, I call it the coffee break because us traders are very much caffeine addicts. So this template includes most of the features shown on my current one, but everything is just on one page. So if you prefer that layout, feel free to check it out for $12.99. Now, if you want to have all the features and aesthetic I'm showing in this walkthrough, you can have this template for $19.99. I've put a lot of time and effort into building out the pages, databases, and sections. So if you find value in it, feel free to check it out. Again, links in the description box down below to all of my templates. In the goals page, I like to section it into daily and weekly goals. Self-explanatory stuff right here, but in the weekly section, this is the same calendar that can be found in the trade section, but this is just the weekly view of it. And what I like to do is on Sundays, I create a page to set my goals of things to do and things to not do in the markets, as you can see right here, do's and don'ts. So depending on my mood, I either do a weekly recap on Saturday or Sunday, but essentially to create one, I just assess my psychological performance and market performance from that week using this template right here. Below that is a section I've dedicated for my prop firm goals. On the left, I have my funded account goals, and on the right, I have the evaluation account goals. As I mentioned, I am funded by TopStep and Elite Trader Funding, and here are the specific account types and the number of funded accounts. So eventually I want to max out on my funded accounts, and as you can see right here, 1 out of 3, 33%, same thing for Elite Trader Funding. As for my evaluations, I do have 5 50K combines right now at TopStep, and I got them from the TopStep X email raffle for $4.50 each, so currently sitting halfway through the profit target. As for ETF, I have 3 150K statics that I have not traded on yet, and so it shows a progress of 0%. So we're finally on the last page, which is essentially a repository of any learning material or trading content. So over time, the best example section right here will be populated, but for now I have these 3. Lastly, I have a vision board right here. I think it's very important to have a strong why to keep you motivated, especially if you're still not profitable or in a losing streak. I mean, we all know trading is a lifelong journey, and so a little bit of inspiration here and there goes a long way. So that concludes the walkthrough of my current Notion template for trade journaling. If you found value in this walkthrough of my trade journaling process and my Notion templates, hit the like button down below and subscribe to my channel to see more content like this. Again, if you want to use my Notion templates, feel free to check the description box down below where I have links to the free template and also the paid versions if you'd like more features. As always, I appreciate you watching this video until the very end. Trade well, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.